It's Monday, Albuquerque. You know what that means?
I have a pretty good idea. That
means the boys are raging at the page.
That's what I was going to say. Let's go. Yes. All right.
Young Jake Cassio with us on the program. We'll let him talk some. Also joining us, Luke Mark with the Howies Sports Page. Let's go, Luke.
Always glad to be here, guys.
Hey, Marie, making the show go on. It is a full house. We were talking about 1990s hit comedic Friday night series.
I can do an hour and a half on this. I didn't know they were twins until I was an adult.
Isn't that crazy?
I thought it was just one human child. That's
With
so
really
smart.
With a really long name.
Yes. Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. That's a great name.
Yeah, Kate Ashley.
Yeah. Mary Kate Ashley. It's a beautiful name.
Obviously, we had a big weekly in the world of sports. We will recap all of that. Also, Forrest Hilton will join us in about 10 minutes. This is the last homestand for the Albuquerque Astros. Okay, that is a weird one, right? This is going to be a fun banger.
Bummer, man.
We will kick off the program with some of the most exciting personalities I could possibly have. Boys, my father received a CT scan today, and he is in remission.
Yeah.
Got a handful of treatments left, and then a little bit of aftercare, but it looks as if my father, against some of the odds of stacking his knee, has proven prevalent, and at least for the now. So I will say this to you, and I will say it in the most sincere way I possibly can. Follow the instructions of those who care for you. Take direction, be poignant, make an effort. Obviously, myself, Van, Luke, I know you're in on this. You're a little too young right now, Jake. But we are in the works of setting up a very fun campaign on prostate health. We are in the works of setting up all of us holding hand in hand and joint
Yeah, I don't think there's like a minimum age, but they look at you a little funny if you go in there at 25.
Yeah.
It's like pleasure, not business.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with me.
Yeah, I got
It's
like
not like
maybe
the
10 years.
dispenser. It's not like the dispensaries where you have medical and recreational.
Yeah,
Sure. Jake, you can't come in here with a spike collar. What are you doing?
Yeah, gag ball too.
It was a fun start to the show. Thank you to everyone and all their kind wishes and all the following, and specifically those that took the time to put my father into the thoughts, took the time to put my father into the prayers, and that is the thing that they do. Also, my phone is just going crazy all of a sudden, so that's a nice thing as well. But yeah, that is the update on today. So thank you to everyone for the support. Specifically, you guys got called. You know what I mean? That's I was talking to the program. I was helping with that and stuff, and it's going the right way. So excellent. Boys are Howies Sports Page this past Saturday. We were at UNM, and it was a tough loss for the Lobos on the field. New Mexico State, they got a world of talent at quarterback. New Mexico State has got a coach that knows what he's doing scheme-wise. He knows how to make adjustments at halftime. He set his team up for success. He'll lose the man for one day. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't realize until I heard the stat that he's in the top 10 winningest active coaches in college football right now.
How many wins does he have?
I didn't hear the exact number, but the fact that he was in the top 10 for active coaches was surprising to me. But
It's a war of attrition, really.
Yeah.
He's been around for a minute. He's been around.
Yeah, he's got a program that, won a bunch of games last year, got into a bowl on a waiver. And that's a cool thing. And who they beat? Bowling Green? Jog my memory if that's wrong. But they get a bowl win, and that's a big deal today. And
Bowling Green win.
boys, I don't know if I can easily recall last time we lost 2 I don't know.
It's always been back and forth.
It hasn't. It's been 7-3. It's been 7 wins, UNM, to 3 wins. New Mexico State for the history of the rivalry.
yeah, and we've got a regular that played for the Lobos in 4 years and said that he never lost to the Aggies in his 4 years.
Sure.
So, I mean, it's there's been definite stretches of dominance.
Well, and it's a surprising one. It's a tough one because I know the four of us here, Dave Marie back at the studio, and probably a lot of friends in the show listening. And I apologize if I'm real or these boys. I got a lot of excitement in my life right now. But we all bought into Dion. We all thought Dylan Hopkins was the guy.
Sure.
Hey, I think we still think he's the guy.
I do.
I trusted that UAB connection.
Yeah. Didn't look like the connection this past week with any of his wide receivers. Didn't like the connection this past weekend with the flow of the offense. Some special teams obviously were an issue, and they got real weird after the game, which we'll talk about that too, some content in comments from Danny Gonzalez. But boys, I felt for the first time in my UNM fandom heartbreak. I was as disappointed as I've been with a UNM team.
Yeah, they seemed to lose a lot of steam when Wysong got hurt and went out of the game, and it just kind of seemed to deflate a lot of things. The offense was kind of moving early, but it just...
The friends of the show know this is a big Coach G house.
Sure.
We are very supportive of Coach Danny and everything that he does for the young men that he coaches and the community and surrounding areas of Albuquerque. Could not have a better dude at the helm. With that being said, I think our hero was outcoached on Saturday. The Lobos came out and dominated the beginning of the game, and it seems like Coach Kill made the right adjustments, and they just cruised for the last three quarters.
Yeah, we really didn't put up much of a fight in that game. I mean, it seems like the Lobos' offensive scheme was just to run the ball as much as possible with no effective O-line help there. And, I mean, we had a chance for a split second that was wasted. And Danny G, I think, got outcoached for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing. You go into a game with the game plan ideally, but it's the adjustments is where the coaches separate themselves. It's the adjustments they make as the game's unfolding that make the difference.
Lastly, at night, you get some big plays, you lose the ball, but you don't finish where it's right. You don't finish at the end of the drive. You get some costly turnovers. Special teams don't look the part you need them to look. And you start breaking everything down on the field, and you go, not every aspect of this game is needed. I get that he's that coach. I'm not confused about that.
Sure.
I'm looking at the athletes on the field, and I'm going, you need motivation? You need to be reminded who's on the other sideline? Do you need to be reminded whose band had to pay $20 to get in here per head?
Sure.
Like, do you need that? Because Van and I were staying at the entrance. We're coming up with before the game, no name dropping here. But we're coming up with Terrence Mathis. We're hanging out before the game. We're really enjoying the vibe.
Yeah.
We are doing this move though. We're doing the double take, like where you put your hands in the fist and you rub in front of your eyes to make sure you can see. We didn't see any fans in the stands. The kickoff of the game is starting. There are no fans in the stands. And we're getting calls from friends, like shoot friends, like real life friends. They're like, hey, dog outside.
I'm stuck out here.
I haven't moved from this. What were they saying? I have parking curbs? I haven't got past the distance of this parking curb in an hour. What? What you in?
Haven't moved in 20, 30 minutes. Can you help get me in? Like a lot of texts, a lot of calls like, hey, how did you guys get in?
Well, we have magic passes.
Yes, we have magic passes. I was like, well, he's like, what's the best entrance? Like, should I go somewhere else? Like, where do I go?
Yeah.
Like, we got these legitimate questions all the way into the second quarter.
1 hour. I left at halftime because I wanted to get home. Why? Because I wanted to listen to Justin. We had to make a call. He's a close personal friend. Love him here at the station. Boys help boys. Boys celebrate boys.
Sure.
So as I'm trying to make my home, an hour into the game, there are still people waiting to get inside of the game. UNM, hear me out. Hear me out, UNM. And I know, Amory, I know you are familiar with big events. I know you're going to tell me this happens sometimes. I know you grew up here. Not just UNM, the city of Albuquerque, the police department, every single entity involved. Help me understand how you can't push just shy of 30,000 people into a stadium that will hold 39,000 people. Help me understand where the problem is.
And their last number was what, 27,000 and some change?
Just under, yeah.
What number do we expect were turned away? I got frustrated to wait in line. It didn't come in.
Oh, it went down to 377?
Sure.
Yeah, went down to Buffalo Howies.
Sure.
Went down to Dion's.
Sure.
Went down. I just keep sorry to run over you on this one.
No, you're good.
But I'm getting fired up because our Silver Red, the Lobos, they deserve to have packed stands to start this thing. And we said it all week. We said, show up. We said, go in. We said, get there. Figure it out. Van and I are walking up an hour before the game. We're walking up an hour before the game. 2 hours before the game. Van's in line. DCC, DC. I'm like, oh, that's nice. These are the fans that listen. I know they listen. They're chanting about my wrestling thing. Where are the rest of these fans? Also, where's the police presence I was told was here? Where are the 1,600 officers? The number I heard. I'm not factually. that were going to be around. Moving traffic, moving parking, moving people, helping with security checks. Guys, I was losing my mind on this. A Lobo fan wasn't able to celebrate the Lobo football team.
Was that gate where the student section, like tailgate, goes on? Was that open?
Go Fish.
Yeah, because that's the best way to get into Lobo games is on the field by the grass, right there at the student section where the tailgate used to be. At least.
I mean, from my knowledge base, every gate was open, and every gate was just out to the parking lot, just human after human after human.
I don't know what I don't know. Here's what I do know. You have this event once every 2 years. You have this event where you know you're going to bring more attention and more attraction than you've ever brought. I don't know what the relationships are, and I can't tell you. But right across the street, you got the Albuquerque Astros, who multiple times this summer put over 10,000 people in that stadium. You have the New Mexico United, who multiple times this summer put over 10,000 people in that stadium. You have a ton of talent and resources in the area. And I'm not just talking about UNO. I'm talking about the police. I'm talking about the city of Albuquerque resident and Lobo fan. Learn how to function at a huge event. How many people do we see running back to cars before kickoff, man? How many people did we see taking purses back to cars because it's clear bag policy? Like, is this all brand new to you? Because the conversation I've had all day long is about the event, not the game. It should have been about the game. It should have been about native quarterbacks from the city of Albuquerque beating up on the city of Albuquerque's football team because he went down to the southern part of the city. Wasn't happening. Disappointing.
I think Albuquerque doesn't know how to handle football because we handle basketball brilliantly. When the pit sold out, I've never seen lines for people waiting to get in.
Mhm.
Everybody, it's way more efficient. I mean, there's probably a lot more doors and gates to get through at the pit.
But you're talking about 18,000. Police officer says, all the way down to Gibson, bro, don't care. Like, that's what you have to have here.
Yeah.
Why doesn't that exist? Why aren't we prepared?
I mean, we said it on this program all week that, hey, show up early. There's going to be all 30, 40,000 people there. Show up early, go into the game early. And there were a huge number of people lined up who did indeed go into the game early. But it was go time when everyone started showing up 30 minutes before kickoff, all the way up until kickoff. And then, like you said earlier, all the way an hour past kickoff. What is the big disconnect with the logistics of that? That's your job, to get people into the stadium so they could cheer for the home team and spend all their money in your concession stands.
Sure, and that second part, that's ancillary, but I'm in on that. You know, to me, it's about the kids. You know, it's the student athletes. It's about the fans in this town who have forever supported the Lobos.
Yeah.
Like, they get to, for that student section in the second half, I'm watching the broadcast with Justin Bieta. They're putting the camera on that screen, the Mountain West broadcast. I'd never seen the student section since moved to that location be that full. I'd never seen it. Oh, now I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
Why wasn't it there at the opening kickoff? And maybe it's the fan base. Maybe Lobo fan doesn't know. Maybe they all errantly, ignorantly tried to walk up to the door at 5:30. Don't work. Cannot get in. Will not get in. Does not function that way. Fired up was I. Tough loss, too. Super tough loss.
I had the feeling that the game was just going to turn around at any moment because the crowd kept getting engaged. Once they all finally got in, they kept getting engaged. The excitement was there, but they just never turned that corner. They never had that streak of good plays.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Dylan would pop one over the middle, or, you know, Bill would get a little 10, 15-yard run. You could hear it in
That's
the crowd.
a talented dude.
Yeah. I mean, they got some players. They got some players in skill positions that they haven't had for a long time. But that stretch of plays in a row, those drives, those long sustained drives just weren't there. And then on the other side of the ball, the Aggies made the right adjustments, and they would pop off a long play every once in a while. They didn't even need those long drives because the big play was there.
Yeah. Do you guys think that Lobo fan learns from this one? Do you think 2 years from now when we host this game again? Because we're not going to get a draw like this again. It's not going to be a draw like this in that stadium for the number one, the remainder of this season. Won't happen next season. This game's down in Las Cruces.
Yeah, I wouldn't count Lobo fans out, and I wouldn't count the Lobo team out, and I will never count Coach G out.
Right.
But this was the one for the momentum. This is the one that you carry that momentum throughout the rest of the season, and you build upon it. And they couldn't get this one done on the field, off the field, or in the parking lot.
Let's do this before we go to break. We're going to bring in our very good friend and media relations specialist for your Albuquerque Isotopes, Forrest Stolting, and he's going to tell us about the last week of Albuquerque Isotopes baseball. They have festivities every single night, and we are going to bring a very happy that they're doing it and a very sad that it's the end energy to it.
Sure.
Forrest Stolting, welcome to the program, brother. How are
What's
you?
going on,
Forrest?
guys? Great to be here, man.
Okay, so there's no game tonight. You guys needed a full day to prep for the big week.
100%.
Talk to us about tomorrow. Send us all the way through Sunday.
Absolutely, man. So Tuesday night to kick us off, we have our kindness night. Thanks to the Jennifer Rorden Foundation. We'll have our kindness moment in the middle of the 6th inning, where each fan, player, coach, umpire will hold up their kindness placard with their kindness pledge, you know, because being kind is cool these days. Come on now.
Agree.
When has it not been?
100%. Wednesday is our Native American night with all kinds of special events going on with that. We have someone singing the national anthem in both Navajo and in English. We have all kinds of authentic dancers. We have some educational booths on the concourse. So it's going to be really fun and educational night to learn something new out there. Then Thursday, Van's favorite day.
Yeah.
Matinee at the ballpark, play some hooky at 11:05 first pitch. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is our fan appreciation weekend. We got fireworks Friday and Saturday. We'll be giving out prizes all weekend. Then the big shebang on Sunday, our Mariachis game with a Mariachis jersey giveaway to the first 3,000 fans in attendance. And these jerseys are quote unquote fire. So you better get there early in the AM if you want to snag one.
Fire, they said. Okay. That's okay.
That's what the kids are saying these days, I believe. Maybe a few years ago, I don't know. I can't keep up.
Yeah, I'm in on that. So is it there's plenty of tickets available? There's no sort of like special hoops to jump through. Like make sure like what's the easiest way to access that you're talking about?
For sure. abqisotopes.com. You can snag them there or go to the RGCU Field box office. It opens daily at 10 o'clock.
Forrest Stolting, thank you so very much, brother.
Thank you, Fred. I love y'all.
What a good dude. What a good dude. Hey, Marie, pay the bills. When we get back, more from Howie Sports Page. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Clear.
See a lot of
Thanks,
slowdowns.
Forrest.
Heavy rain falling in many parts of the city, and that's certainly impacting traffic at the moment.
Here.
Thank you. Y'all are awesome.
Also, southbound on I-25 as you approach Montgomery, you're going to see some slowdowns there. Westbound on I-40 between 12th Street and 98th Street, traffic's moving slow there. And then eastbound on I-40 from Unser to Rio Grande, we've got slowdowns there also.
We're all moving a little faster now.
Trust the team that's going to keep up with you on KOAT Action 7 News.
We're proud to bring you coverage you can count on from across New Mexico.
Like a weather forecast that's certified most accurate and proven every day.
Start your day with more in the morning.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 760.
The Sports Animal.
Oh.
Land has a story. Some right there is behind the wheel of
You guys still have 2 minutes.
tractor, like the Upshaws.
This is my tractor Penny. It's all about attention to detail.
But the Nelsons love cruising around their expansive Montana ranch in their John Deere Gator UV.
We've been here since 1868.
While the Caggianos drive a John Deere zero-turn mower. to keep their Long Island brewery looking sharp.
Don't call me, don't bother me. I'm going out to mow for a couple hours.
Run with us and start telling your story. Learn more at johndeere.com/radio.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi, I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Many people think all injury lawyers are the same. Their experience is the same, and that the outcome of their case will be the same. That's just not true. Hurt in a wreck? Be cautious of which personal injury firm you hire. Look for a law firm with a proven track record of results, like Lerner & Rowe. We've collected billions of dollars for over 150,000 injured people.
Hey, Marie.
Yeah.
Will you tell everyone who calls if they want to talk to us to come down to Howies?
Okay.
Do you know that Indigo Mortgage has had name and ownership for 20 years now? I can think of only a tiny handful of local mortgage companies that can make that claim. I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage, and proud to say that over the last 20 years, we have helped many homeowners in our community finance their homes with honesty and integrity. And in today's mortgage environment, borrowers need an advocate working for them, not an application taker like that with big banks and national lenders. Because Indigo Mortgage is a broker, we can most often find the right mortgage with the lowest rates for our borrowers. And please shop around to be certain that you're getting the best rates and fees on your mortgage. And as always, be sure to include your trusted local mortgage company, Indigo Mortgage. Find us on the net at indigomortgage.net or by calling 836-5700. That's 836-5700. Indigo Mortgage, NMLS 23-1962 and 188-348.
The NFL is on the air tonight. Be back here tomorrow morning.
Here we go.
Back with us on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports App.
Mike is hot.
Back live on the program, back live from Howie's Sports page. Okay. Okay. There's 2 Monday Night Football games tonight. Is that right, Luke?
There are 2 games tonight, 5:15 and 6:15.
Hold that microphone right up to your mouth. So let me get this straight. The Glizzies start at what time?
Oh, they're being grilled right now. They'll be out within the next 10 minutes.
Oh, God.
So on this very program, 2 men on, live from Howie's Sports page, the intersection of Montgomery and Tramway. I'm going to be guzzling Glizzies on air.
A radio first here.
Glizzy Gobbler.
Freddie, Gizzy, Gobbler, Guzzly?
What?
Who?
We got 2 games next week, too. So
What?
Yeah.
God, dude, we're living in the future. We're just living our best lives.
Saints, Panthers, 5:15.
Let's go.
Browns, Steelers, 6:15. Big Steeler contingent comes here, too, right?
We got a pretty decent number of Steelers fans, yeah.
Well, none of them are decent. Let's be real honest. Let's say it the way it is.
A large number of Steelers
physically large. They're all in terrible physical health.
Yes.
Every single one of them. They've chosen this life.
The Steelers fans I know
Yes.
are in great shape.
Are they?
Yeah.
What shape is that?
Football shape.
Yep.
Yes, sir. The only shape that exists.
I have always maintained round is a shape.
That is an absolute.
Literally a shape.
We're going to obviously jump into the NFL at length. But before we do that, we have to talk about the best game of the weekend, and that is Deion Sanders versus the world. Deion Sanders, head coach, Coach Prime, who's getting opposing coaches to cut WWE-style promos against him about his hat and glasses. Coach Deion Sanders, who sold, is this number real, $1 million worth of sunglasses?
1.8.
1.8 milli in sunglasses?
And now the number's up to 4.5 as of today.
4.5 milli in sunglasses?
He's him.
He is him. Has there been a dude in the history of our adult lives? We're all near the same age, not you, Jake. You're a joke. The 4 of us, including A. Marie, are all near the same age. Name me an athlete who has been more influential, maybe Tom Brady, who's been more influential over the run of Deion Sanders in the spotlight than Deion Sanders in the spotlight from the Atlanta Falcons in the early 90s. Forget that. Florida State.
Yeah.
All the way up until today's. There's not a guy.
Well, yeah, between the
LeBron?
Cowboys and the Niners, it seems like the late 90s, wherever he went, that team won the championship for like years in a row. He won a few with the Cowboys, a few with the Niners.
He's unreal.
One with the Braves.
Well, yeah, he played in a World Series. They didn't win that one, but he played in a World Series.
I think that's my oldest off the field sports memory is Deion Sanders and Tim McCarver. I think that's my oldest off the field sports. That's my thing. And he's been doing it and then he was on TV for a dozen years.
Well, yeah, I just remember in like 91 when the Braves were in that postseason run, the first one of their stretch, that he would helicopter from Falcons practice
so sweet
to Fulton County Stadium, get dropped off in the parking lot just in time for game time to get out there and play baseball that night.
Get an infield single, steal 2 bases, and score.
Yeah.
Well, they asked him this weekend what was the hardest thing to do in sports, and he said hitting a baseball.
Oh, it's the truest thing anyone's ever said in their entire lives.
Are you saying the hardest thing in sports is the guy who hit 536 in World Series? You're saying that's the hardest thing in sports? Because he did it better than anyone who's ever played in World Series. The other 2 weeks ago, he says he starts that mantra in his team and it's personal.
Yeah.
And I go, damn it, that's so cool.
Well, I mean, the Buffaloes really weren't playing like it was personal.
No, that was
not to start.
Yeah.
They got exposed.
The Rams were literally playing like it was personal, as that's some of the ugliest football in the first half I've seen in a while.
That was their Super Bowl.
There was a lot of personal foul penalties, a lot of cheap shots there. It was
and so
CSU
many
had 168 yards against them for penalties.
Yeah, there's so many that didn't get called either.
Oh, yeah.
I think they had a in-house mantra that we're going to go out here, play ugly, because this is the only way we're going to beat these guys. And they executed the game plan about as close as they could have.
Hunter has his liver busted open, comes back and plays because I guess forget having a doctor on site.
And
now he's out 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
He didn't play the whole rest of the game after that hit.
He tried.
Yeah.
He had a lacerated. That means busted open liver. You need that one. That's one of the ones.
It's probably my favorite.
As far as the one that I utilize the most.
Yeah, it's the most important to my business.
You only need a third of it.
As someone who goes to Howies often, I need mine.
Yes, very much so. Howie Sports Page, come hang out with the boys tonight. We're watching 2 football games. Is it equal number of TVs? How does this work?
Yeah, we'll have the game split up on all.
Okay.
We'll have the sound on the second game and do the halftime show of the second game.
Okay. Well, I got Bryce Young jokes. So everyone who shows up. Also, if you're calling the program today, 505-246-0610. If you're texting the program today, Sports Animal text line, Sports Animal hotline, 505-246-0610. Stop. Come to Howie's.
Yep.
Tell it to my face.
In person.
Say it to my face, just like Colorado did to Colorado State. And not just regulation, not just one overtime, but a second overtime. And in that one, they were so dang intimidating, they get the 8 points instead of the 7 points. And then Colorado State just freezes to death because I guess it was getting cold in Boulder. I don't really know. It's the most exciting thing ever. And it breaks all the rules. He turned a football program around in 1 year.
Well, he also had 80 transfers come with him.
Well, yeah,
so
it's that perfect storm of the transfer portal and NIL and everything kind of all converging at once, but he does it better than anybody else.
Van told me he
tripled their wins.
Van told me they signed Shohei.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's going to do great.
He still got eligibility.
Yeah. He could be the quarterback. Also, apparently, Deion ranks his kids. Are you guys familiar with this?
I love that.
Very.
You guys know about this
He's been
story?
doing this for years.
Yeah, he used to have a reality TV show.
Before the Coach Prime thing. He was ranking his children in real time on television.
That's so sweet. That's incredibly impressive.
Well, I'm glad that
Fight for daddy's love.
I'm glad he's so successful and has access to great health insurance because their kids are going to need it.
He just lets them get destroyed out there. They run around like fearless. How can you help me out, boys? Help me be a leader. How can you convince 100 adults, albeit young, dumb ones like Jake Cassio, how can you convince them to go out there and just try to die every Saturday? That's what his team does.
Because they're fighting for NFL money and NIL money, too.
Oh, there's so much truth to that.
You know, I mean, that's why I like college sports so much is because, you know, you're seeing the future NFL guys and the guys who want to go to the NFL who are just going to be the future accountants and communication majors go to war with each other.
You're talking about general studies? Let's
Yeah.
go. My name's Coach Prime. We now have general studies here at the University of Colorado. And you will receive 1 college degree, also $1 million in NIL money.
Yeah, and they did a commercial for Boulder, and it literally every program is Prime now. Prime Science, Prime Accounting, I love it.
Oh yeah, no, they're leaning into it hard, and as well they should.
To rebrand the prime numbers.
21, sadly, is not a prime number.
Straight up.
His son in the on-field interview after the game with the giant hat and oversized sunglasses just to further prove the point. I mean, those almost had to stay hidden in the locker, but he was able to pull those out and have a little fun with that.
If every player who wore a prime number, so what's that? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Well, you know what the prime numbers are.
Yeah.
If it just said prime on their backs instead,
That'd be good.
I'd be like,
That'd be real good.
this guy's really got it. He's got to figure it out here.
I mean, it's a great story. It brings more attention to the sport. Like now that we have somebody as interesting and captivating as Coach Prime, and the players are finally getting paid again. This is the first season in a long time that I'm back into college football.
Well, they were always getting paid. But it's
Just
public
the
now.
good ones.
That's a good point.
Yeah, everyone get paid now.
College football right now is, I think, as good as I've seen it in some time, and I think it's because of Deion Sanders.
The lights are brighter. I mean, you got the same programs that are going to stuff 100,000 people in the stadium, and regionally, it's the biggest thing they got going. But nationally, I feel like it's back because of Prime, because of the superstars. If you get name, image, likeness money, you could just stay in college and make as much as you would in NFL.
Correct.
So they're going to start keeping the studs.
College football has always been huge. Though.
Yeah.
It's always been huge. I mean, especially SEC and Big Ten football.
that part
that's
you're talking about, yes.
That's a religion for them. But I think the level of football has been elevated to more than just those top 4 teams like Alabama, Ohio State, all of those guys nowadays, because won the transfer portal and NIL money.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing that with Alabama, and Nick Saban's getting exposed, and he's not doing as hot as he was because he doesn't have the kids going to Alabama.
What is it, 128 weeks that Alabama was in the top 10, and this is the first one that they haven't been?
Yeah.
Well, there's about how well you can equal it. Like, I'll use my alma mater, Washington State. We're undefeated. We're ranked 21. We're putting up a ton of points. There's money on that field. Washington, no one wants to go to Pullman for no money.
Right.
No one. Why would you skip UW to go to Pullman?
Right.
You would not. Like, you go to Seattle. Now it makes sense. Now you can do that thing. And Colorado is another example of that. There's no good football in the Pac-12. There's really no Pac-12 anymore.
Well, the Pac-12 is 10 for 10 right now, man. I mean, they're lights out. It's the last season of Pac-12 football, and they finally turned it all around.
Well, I was talking to one of our regulars this weekend, and he's a huge Colorado fan, has been for years. He's been coming in watching the Buffs every Saturday.
Sure.
I said, you got to be enjoying this. He goes, yeah, I'm going to enjoy it for the next year or two until one of the big schools comes with a bigger wallet and buys him out, and he's gone.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think it's Florida State or nobody.
Yeah, Florida State. Yeah.
See, honestly,
but I don't think he's going to go to Florida State because he was going to get the head coaching gig there, and now it's personal for him.
Yeah, I think at this point he snubs Florida State, and he'll go somewhere else at some point. I don't think that they're going to.
Hey, I'll tell you this, though. Whatever admin, athletic director, president, whoever that snubbed him, as soon as they're out, welcome back. Just like Eric Dickerson and the Rams.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as that change is made.
New regime.
Yep. Because you never forget your alma mater.
No, for sure.
Yeah. I could have gave you a bunch of examples about schools. We could talk about UCLA's in the mix. Oregon State's in the mix. There's all kinds of examples of schools able to put money on the field that they haven't been. I brought up Washington State. That's my alma mater.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you never lose that energy,
Oh, yeah.
So much college football talk.
Well, Coach Prime, he literally pays for himself. When he got that huge contract from Colorado, I want to make this very clear. They did not have the money to do that.
Right.
The money that he got, the money that he was promised for the program was not in the budget. They're like, it's Coach Prime. We're going to figure it out.
Until he put it in the budget.
Yeah.
Well, the entire economic region has just boomed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
everyone's eating out now.
Yeah,
going
the
to
economic
bars.
impact on the city has been huge.
Well, and there's the bigger one, too. I know we're up against Amory. I'm sorry. We're all over the place. And there's a bigger impact on as well. As they just got bumped to the noon game on Saturday. They're the Fox noon game. They are the feature game on Saturday.
Yeah.
They would never have been that in 100 years before this.
Well, game day was, it's
It's
already.
Pat McAfee was
The
there.
Rock was there.
Yeah.
Offset
The
was
Rock
there.
went to
Shout out to
Boulder.
my young listeners.
Who?
Former member of the Migos, rappers.
Lil Wayne brought them out.
Yeah. Did you see what the announcer said too at the beginning of the game? He's like, I don't know if I'm at the BET Awards right now or not.
Oh my God.
Did they
It's
come
got
out?
some connotations.
Did they come out to TI? Was it bring them out? Also, if you come out with The Rock to anything except for The Rock's entrance music, you're making the worst decision you've ever made in entrances.
Mhm.
Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Is as poppable as any entrance that you could possibly find in the history of the world.
I don't follow wrestling and I don't really care about wrestling except for, of course, Duke City Championship Wrestling.
Thank you.
But I know that song.
Everyone knows that song.
The second it comes on, I was like, oh, there's a Rock song.
The Rock came back last Friday night to SmackDown. The ovation of the crowd. Guys, my arms were tired from the goosebumps I got from The Rock coming back on SmackDown. Also in Denver. Banger weekend for sports. All NFL talk for the remainder of this one. We're having so much fun today. Also, congratulations to Duke City Championship Wrestling. Largest single-day ticket sales in the history of Duke City Championship Wrestling.
Well done. Well done.
Announcing our October 19th show at our last show, which was last Thursday. We said a single-day ticket sales. There are 0 seats available. That's kind of how this thing works.
Already sold out for the championship.
Yeah, for the ladder match championship at the historic El Rey, those ticks are gone. You can get into that little second tier area, which is very nice.
Still nice.
Yeah, but I had a group call me and they asked for all of them. So here's what's up.
Okay.
Go right now. DCCWtickets.com. Get your tickets to October the 19th. It's the climb for the crown as we are crowning our champion off of a ladder match, Luke. I know you're going to be excited for that one. Cheering either Hobo Hank or the tumultuous Turbo Tony.
Tony.
In a showdown. Look at that. Jake loves it.
I love him. I like the villains.
In a showdown at the historic El Rey Theater. Don't forget, if you're supporting Duke City Championship Wrestling, you are sliding money into Daddy's pockets. Moving forward, I'm referred to as Daddy.
By one person.
A. Murray.
Okay.
Absolutely not. But
can I call you Pops?
Van will get you with all the friends, supporters, and sponsors of the program whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Bell's Rolled Chicken Tacos are full of shredded, marinated, all white meat chicken. Choose from 3 dipping sauces, spicy ranch, nacho cheese sauce, and house-made guacamole. Order on the Taco Bell app. Get 1 dip per 2-pack, 2 dips per 4-pack at participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last.
We're taking a look at traffic right now. Things continue to move slow in a number of spots. Traffic moving slow right now. Northbound I-25 from the Sunport to Comanche. Be really careful going through there. Southbound I-25 seeing slowdowns starting around Osuna. Those will last until the interchange. Congestion right now westbound on I-40 as you approach Carlisle. That'll last until Coors. Eastbound on I-40, that's a slow go between 12th Street and Carlisle. And westbound on Paseo, you're going to see slowdowns starting around 2nd Street. Those will last until the river. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
London's calling, and the Sports Animal has a daily chance for you to get registered for a London flyaway. London calling. Text London to 505-246-0610 and get entered daily. You can win airfare for 2 with 5 days and 4 nights in historic London, plus a rock and roll bus tour, dinner on the Thames. And all you need to do is text. Brought to you by Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or at fiestasubaru.com. Please don't text and drive. Contest details are online now at sportsanimalabq.com.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're here so you can get a bigger boat. How so? We're the one-stop shop for metal, which means you can get any metal, cut to any size, ready real fast, saving you valuable time to convince your other half why a twin-engine center console makes sense for you and your entire family. Happy fishing, soldier. Metal Supermarkets. Order online at metalsupermarkets.com.
What does it mean to be a good neighbor? It means rising up and being there for each other. For State Farm, it also means helping our customers because you are our neighbors. State Farm agent Art Sandoval wants you to know he's ready to help. To any State Farm customer facing financial burdens, call your State Farm agent. After all, now more than ever, being a good neighbor means everything. Art Sandoval, 338-0300. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're here so you can get a bigger boat. How so? We're the one-stop shop for metal, which means you can get any metal, cut to any size, ready real fast, saving you valuable time to convince your other half why a twin-engine center console makes sense for you and your entire family. Happy fishing, soldier. Metal Supermarkets. Order online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Navigating the 2023 Balloon Fiesta is easy. Download our free mobile app for event notifications, daily schedules, pilot information, and more. Just search for Balloon Fiesta in your app store, sponsored by Visit Albuquerque. See you at the 51st Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, powered by ExxonMobil.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. You want an exciting and fast-paced podcast based on one of the most popular segments in the history of the Rich Eisen Show? Well, you got it. Overreaction Monday, hosted by me, Rich Eisen, and my compadre, Chris Brockman. And every Monday, we're going to dive into the headlines from pro and college football and overreact. Are you ready, Chris Brockman? Yay or nay?
Yes, Rich. No holding back, buddy. I'm coming for you.
Absolutely what you need to hear. Overreact.
All right, here we go.
Ever you listen.
The Mighty Ducks.
This is
Guys, make this segment like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Got it.
You make it.
FM and AM 610.
Mike is hot.
The block is hot.
Back live from Howies Sports Page. Man, who makes this program go round?
Oh, my goodness. You know we start, as always, with our friends John Lopez, Real Estate.
Let's
Coldwell
go!
Banker Legacy. We're in their studio right now.
Yes.
We're at Howies Sports Page.
We are.
The only place to be on Monday night.
Mm-hmm. Where am I going to be tomorrow?
We're going to be at the Duke's team store.
Okay, I'm into that. I'm super into that.
Come get your Duke's merch, the best merch in town. You can get Duke's merch, Lobos merch, Duke City Championship Wrestling merch.
We're about to make a big announcement. We're really excited.
And you get the limited edition Mike Piazza pizza pack.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dude, I got so many compliments on that 90s throwback Mike Piazza shirt on Friday.
Yeah.
I absolutely crushed it.
I wore a pair of Air Penny 2s to Duke City Championship Wrestling last Thursday.
Yeah.
Nice pair of blue jeans, suit jacket, little patterned shirt. Thought I looked the part. There were probably 400 people there. I got complimented from 1.
2 counting me.
I specifically said nothing about the shoes when I saw you.
I specifically told you to buy the Penny 1s.
No.
'Cause that's a superior shoe.
Air Penny 2 is the far superior shoe. It's not even close.
You know what you can do with some Air Pennies? You could play on Team I-9.
Thank you.
Or you can put those pennies on and start your day at the YMCA like I did today.
Do a little deadlift.
You could also wear your Air Penny 2s and your jeans and your shirt and your blazer
to
get lunch and a milkshake at 66 Diner.
Deal.
They're all great things.
Unless it's past 5 o'clock, because that's New Mexico's hour. New Mexico's vodka. Tell her vodka.
And luckily, your Air Pennies are closed-toed shoes, and you could wear those every Thursday to ABQ Axe.
That's what we're doing this Thursday?
Yeah, we'll give you $7.50 off per person per hour per lane.
3-hour-long banger on Thursday is It's Day Game Baseball for the Albuquerque Isotopes. So we will be there for that. Got it?
Yes, all day.
Good. Biggest takeaway from the NFL weekend, boys.
Don't count Baker out.
Ooh.
Wasn't ready for that.
Coming in hot.
That's where we're going. We're going Baker first.
This is Baker's best team ever.
I mean,
okay,
probably
yeah.
Oklahoma, I would say, probably. But
better, even better than Oklahoma.
His argument to get paid.
Yeah, Mike Evans. I mean, he has the wide receiver core, and I could see them winning the NFC South.
Somebody has to. They're all
He
garbage.
also is not talked about enough, Mike Evans. He's just incredible. His stats are ridiculous every year. Last handful of years, just ridiculous.
The only time you talk about Mike Evans is when you say he hasn't been talked about enough.
Yep.
That's a good one. That's a super good one. You guys are both being very kind. You're both very wrong. It is the absolute disaster, the dumpster that is the city of Denver as they represent football.
Oh, man.
The Denver Broncos.
We knew this, though.
Did we know that
last year
against the Washington Guardians? This is
That's a good team, man. That's a great defense. And do not sleep on Sam Howell.
They gave 33 points up to
He looked good.
The Booty Broncos. They're
Yeah,
not
but
a
that
good
last
defense.
one was a Hail Mary.
Well,
Yeah.
we talked earlier about that adjustments.
Week
in
two,
game and
week
stuff.
2.
Russell Wilson in the first half is passing he's like 80% completion rate or better, and in the second half he's like low 50s. He's just when it's scripted, when it's in front of him, he's doing okay. But as soon as that second half and it's time to kind of improvise a little bit, he just doesn't have it anymore. He's been terrible in the second half.
That's a long-winded answer for we need Jarrett Stidham.
Yes.
That's exactly what that is.
Well, you beat me to it, Freddie Fame,
Take
because
it.
I think if
You paid too much.
If Russell Wilson doesn't win next week in dominant fashion against a way better team on the road, I think the following week the Jared Stidham era starts.
Week
No,
5.
they're paying Russell
I don't
way too much money
Week
to put
5.
him on the
Week
bench.
5.
Way
Give him a
too much
couple
money.
weeks. 5 weeks, and then bench him.
It's wild to me how you two both claim to love football so much and know so very little about it.
That's not true.
That is
It's
false.
It's overreaction week 2.
It is not.
You don't just put him in next week after you overpaid a veteran Super Bowl winning quarterback. You wait 5 weeks, see if he adjusts, and if not, then you bench him.
They're going to wait at least by week 10.
I guess that would be the irony of it, because his rookie year, the Seahawks had just signed Matt Flynn to a big contract, and everybody said there's no way this rookie's going to play when they're paying this quarterback all this money, and he ended up having all the success. So it may come back around the other way on him now.
You guys think it's the quarterback's fault when Jerry Jeudy just stands out there for 60 plays?
But Jerry Judy's like one of the bigger busts of the last 5 years.
They
man.
have no one.
Marvin Mims Jr. looked great.
Cortland Sutton wasn't
Like
really
good.
active, but he's good. And that defense is pretty solid.
Marvin Mims Jr., because there's no one else doing anything. He's not good because he's good.
He's
good
a rookie.
because no one else is there.
This
The
is
same thing's happening in LA right now with the Rams.
this is a bigger.
Nuka?
This is a Puka Laduca is his name.
Oh, I thought it was
He's a
Puka.
better. Oh,
Poor
you
guy.
got it super wrong. It's
Is he
Nuki
related to
Nuki
Paul
Lapuki.
LaDuca?
Yes, direct cousins.
Puka LaDuca?
It's a Pokemon name?
This
Break
is a
so we
more of
stay
an
on time.
indication that Pete Carroll is a fantastic coach than Russell Wilson's a bad quarterback. Because Russell Wilson has always been a bad quarterback. He was just in Pete Carroll's superior system.
So
Look what Pete Carroll did to Geno Smith.
Good point.
So Sean Payne isn't going to do anything. He's not a good coach.
Correct.
I mean, he's not that good.
Yeah,
I don't think he,
You can already
that's
see
what
his
everyone's going to
frustration.
argue.
You can already see Peyton's frustration with Wilson.
I mean, he was frustrated with him at the beginning of the season with the private office, and then he literally told Russell Wilson, "You got to stop being so concerned about being a good person."
You guys are missing the most obvious one. We're not going to chase the spotlight like the New Jersey Jets. That's the Sean Payton problem. He is booty and garbage and a weird Trump
You got to
supporter.
break.
I got zero to do with Sean Payton when it comes to winning. He's not a winner. Players don't like him. That's because of his belief system off the field. He's a loser.
That is not true, by the way.
I'm looking at it. I'm seeing it.
I mean, he could be a winner if he was in like a Kenny Chesney lookalike contest.
That's a good
Maybe
one.
if he had
I like
one
that
more Super Bowl.
It's nothing to do with his
Okay.
politics.
It's
Crazy.
100 Player, that's real to players.
Yes, it's very real.
100% real.
They're not going to play. They're not going to play their hearts out for you. And
No. After that,
you
dude,
said
I think that's part of the
January
reason you
6
see
Stormers are a bunch of good old boys letting off some steam.
Yep.
I think that's a big reason you see a lot of the coaching staffs going to a youth movement with coaches.
Yep.
When I was growing up, it was the same 30 coaches that just recycled throughout teams.
Right.
And all of a sudden, the last 10 years, McVay and all these, there's been this youth movement where you got coaches that have guys older than them on the roster.
Yep.
And
Guys
it's
gotta break.
because they're more player relatable, I guess.
I don't disagree at all. Like,
Yeah. Give me McDaniel. Give me McVay over any of these
McDaniel.
dinosaurs.
well, and I
Give me
also
Ted Lasso.
I also heard Sean Payton thought that Jerome
different
Cap's
McDaniel, yeah.
performance of Eminem was stupid. So that I heard too. I don't know if that part's true, but I heard it. Where we get back, more 2 Men On live from Howies Sports Page, 95.9 FM and AM 610, home of Monday, Thursday, and Sunday night football, the sports animal.
This report is sponsored.
Good job. You got like 4 minutes.
What you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Fall finds for $25 and under, like sharp blazers, cozy sweaters, cargo pants, jackets, and more. Find the latest trends and new arrivals at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
We're taking a look at traffic right now. Things continue to move slow in a number of spots. Traffic moving slow right now. Northbound I-25 from the Sunport to Comanche. Be really careful going through there. Southbound I-25 seeing slowdowns starting around Osuna. Those will last until the interchange. Congestion right now westbound on I-40 as you approach Carlisle. That'll last until Coors. Eastbound on I-40, that's a slow go between 12th Street and Carlisle. And westbound on Paseo, you're going to see slowdowns starting around 2nd Street. Those will last until the river.
This report is brought to you by Blake's Lotta Burger. Nathan's Hot Dogs are back at Blake's. The new larger Lotta Dogs are made with 100% premium beef with no fillers. Try it classic or with Blake's chili con carne and cheese. You asked and they listened. Available for a limited time at Blake's Lotta Burger.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Maggie Gray with the CBS Sports Minute. Things have to be feeling uncomfortable in Denver. Blowing a 21-3 lead to the Washington Commanders is alarming. And so far, Sean Payton and Russell Wilson's marriage is off to a rocky start. Does Russell Wilson look a little better? Sure, but that's setting a low bar for a team that not only traded a 1st and 2nd round pick for its head coach, but a team that spent more than anyone else in free agency this offseason. Coming up in week 3, the 2-0 Dolphins. I'm Maggie Gray.
Celebrate Cherry Fridays with the Sports Animal. Every Friday before a home game, we're turning the town cherry. Join the Sports Animal for a t-shirt raid in the parking lot of one Albertsons somewhere in the city. Get your Lobo gear and home game tickets while supplies last. Join us from Albertsons off Academy and Tramway at 8 a.m. this Friday morning. Get there quick and help us paint the town cherry from 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
When choosing a lawyer after a car wreck, you need to consider the law firm's experience, results, and reputation. Lerner & Rose stands above other law firms when it comes to experience and results, helping over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars. When it comes to reputation, we have thousands of 5-star reviews. Call us today and let us put our experience, proven results, and reputation to work for you.
Hey, Marie, if you could have a relationship with one politician, who would it be?
Carlos Obri Espinosa is the managing.
You mean a relationship?
Like an affair.
eBay Motors is here for the ride.
And none of them.
And JDMs roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're here so you can get a bigger boat. How so? We're the one-stop shop for metal, which means you can get any metal, cut to any size, ready real fast, saving you valuable time to convince your other half why a twin-engine center console makes sense for you and your entire family. Happy fishing, soldier. Metal Supermarkets. Order online at metalsupermarkets.com.
I know many of you have seen the exciting news about the new flagship American Home Furniture store being built at Carlisle and Indian School. But I just found out, as that flagship store prepares to move, the American Home Outlet is getting in new closeouts daily. That means you need to go in today because they're sending all kinds of goods to the outlet for immediate blowout. The items need to go to make room for the new stock coming in for the new location. Go by today at the American Home Furniture Outlet store right in the middle of town at I-25 in Comanche.
Hey, sports fans, this is Ultimate Vegas Insider Johnny, and I'm on fire. To prove it, I'm releasing your Monday Night Report absolutely free on a recorded message line. Mondays last year, 30-4. That's 88% winners. I'm red hot. Call 1-800-216-6615. Cleveland, Pittsburgh is a lock. Plus the total and basis to parlay. 5 big plays, John Anthony has you covered. We go 5-0 or the season free. 1-800-216-6615. Information wins. John Anthony Sports #1 against the spread. I can prove it. Cleveland, Pittsburgh is a monster. Win the side, win the total. Parlays and teasers cash in. A $200 player wins $2,000 tonight. Recorded message 1-800.
You're gonna have like 3 minutes in this segment.
That's all we need.
We go 5-0 or the season free. 1-800-216-6615. That's 1-800-216-6615. Or go to johnanthonysports.com.
Sponsored by JFSR Group.
Hey, Raheem Mostert.
I'm Jefferson Bietta. Tuesday on the opening drive. Week 2 of the NFL is done. You have 2 NFL Monday night games to react to. JJ Buck and I start the opening drive.
Mike is hot.
7 a.m.
Luke Markwitz, start this thing over. Welcome back. Luke Markwitz with us, and we are Luke Mark with us. Did I get that right?
Well done. Take 3, yes.
Took a while.
here at Howies Sports Page. Let's go.
Yes.
Right.
To the page.
Kickoff is at 5:15, so that's just 18 minutes from now. And we will have Glizzies out in minutes from now. And it's the Monday Night Football spot all night, every night, all the way up until December the 18th, the last Monday before Christmas.
Yes.
And then we'll just come and hang out for the playoffs and stuff because we super love that anyways. What else are we missing, Luke, here at Howie's?
We had another great weekend of football. It's nice to have the 2 games tonight. So we'll do our little halftime festivities of the second game. Give people a chance to get out here and join.
Yeah, got some giveaways, including some 2-men on apparel. So that's not from us. That's from Howie's.
Limited edition.
It's in season 3.
Season
edition.
3, baby.
I mean, I kind of just give them out all the time.
It's all about selling it.
Yeah, the number of ex-girlfriends in me and Van's life that have 2-men on shirts is too many. It's a lot.
It's the equivalent of the Derek
Free
Jeter
advertising.
autographed ball the next morning.
See, I don't give T-shirts away to the girls I know I'm going to break up with.
Yes.
Because you're never going to get them in public and have them wearing the shirt.
Oh, good point.
They're just going to, like when, they're burning Kaepernick jerseys out there. They're just, all these ladies are burning 2-men on shirts.
I had a friend recently send me a friend of the show shirt selfie from years ago. The ABQ Central shirt when we did the other show. The friend just said friend of the show real big on it.
Yep.
It's a banger shirt. It's a super good design. I'm sure we'll bring it back sometime in the future. And I go, I missed that shirt. And you, give me a call. I didn't say that part. That part's not true.
Well, come get you a shirt is what you're saying.
Here at Howie Sports.
At Howie Sports.
Halftime raffle. We're giving stuffs away. Come get stuffs. Obviously, free Glizzy's full kitchen menu. And they got Bud Light pictures, boys, so we can get those as well. Don't forget, during the 5 o'clock hour, it's New Mexico's Vodka Teller Vodka. I know we got to grab the break. Before we do, though, Joe Burrow sucks. He's the worst quarterback in the NFL.
He doesn't
will not
suck.
win a game the rest of the season. And his loss to the Ravens not just broke him as a human being, it broke that team, and they might go winless. Go.
He shouldn't have played yet. He's not fully healthy.
Yeah.
That's what they shouldn't have played him yet. I know they paid him, and I know he wanted to get paid, but they should not have played him for the first 4
Should
weeks.
not have paid him, correct.
Played him. No, I think they should have paid him, not played him.
It's not worth $1.
He's still got the Joe Burr in there somewhere.
Yeah, that's
But
swagger.
as of now, it's not even present. His body language is bad. The way he's
He's
interacting
hurt.
with his
that
teammates.
calf hurts. He can barely
He's
stand
hurt.
on it right now. Yeah,
He's
Why don't
hurt.
you just say, give me a couple weeks off?
Now,
he's probably
guys,
got a grade 3 calf strain. Right
I don't
now.
know if you guys heard Anne Marie, but
terrible.
she 5 times in a row said he's hurt over
He's
and over
hurt.
again, like we were having a playground.
You want to see what happens
conversation.
with Aaron Rodgers? That's the same thing that happens with a calf injury.
No, it's not. He's hurt. He's not hurts.
That's what it is.
The good
No, that's not what I
quarterback.
said.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts isn't playing that good either.
You don't have to play good
2
to
wins.
beat the Bengals. You know how I know? I watched. Joe Burrow sucks. Get him off the field forever. Cut him from the roster. Bring in actual talent. There are backups in this league like Gardner Minshew that should be starters. You know how I know that? I watched him. I love NFL football. More of it whenever we get back. What do you want my hot takes on? Tyreek Hill saying dumb stuff? Let's just go mostly scores and performance today. We'll break down stories throughout the rest of the week.
Love that.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Clear.
Go.
Peace with the frigidity rarely seen in time. Climb atop my head and tread loose my insides. The pliers that are heel splinters fitting up my spine. So please order release the trapped opinion. The vineyard of maturity is my Elysium. A serum I consistently.
This report brought to you by Quality by DiLorenzo, Lomas, and Pennsylvania.
This September, remember, you'll always save more money at Quality Buick GMC on Lomas. Get 1.9% financing OAC on all Acadias, Terrains, Envisions, and Encore GXs. Quality by DiLorenzo, qualitydeal.com.
Well, traffic right now. Things continue to move slow. Northbound I-25 right now. Seeing quite a bit of slowdowns. Actually, starting around the Sunport, those are going to last until Lomas. Southbound on I-25 between Osuna and Comanche. Dealing with congestion there. Seeing quite a bit of slowdowns. Westbound on I-40 as you approach Carlisle. Those will last until Coors. Eastbound on I-40 right now. Things moving slow at the interchange.
This report is sponsored by KFC's new hot and spicy wings. KFC's new hot and spicy wings for $4.99. 8 wings prepped in spicy marinade for a delicious balance of heat and flavor. Get yours for just $4.99. Only at KFC. That's finger licking good.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. What an amazing weekend in the NFL. Well, maybe not for the hood man, Bill Belichick. Although give the hoodie this much, he still managed to have an incredibly entertaining night despite falling to 0-2 for the first time since 2001. As underwhelming as this Pats team was in most ways last night, you got to give him credit for true innovation. The dude straight up changed the game forever last night. Of all the Mumbler's accomplishments, bringing a man in motion off the edge to block a field goal attempt might be the best thing he's ever done. It's so simple, yet so genius. How has nobody ever thought of that before? How did nobody ever think that a dude getting a running start and sprinting towards the line of scrimmage would have a much easier time of blocking a field goal than some dude coming out of a three-point stance? Bravo, Hood. Bravo. Sorry that it was not enough for you to get a win, actually, but bravo for the innovation.
No one wants legal problems, but somehow, some way, they seem to find you. Where do you turn when you need help? For more than 40 years, Rudy Chavez has had the people of New Mexico's back. If you're facing a legal issue, you want to have Rudy's experience and compassion in your corner. Call the law offices of Rudy Chavez at 505-242-5500. That's 505-242-5500, or visit rudychavezlaw.com. Contact Rudy today and make your legal problems go away.
Wow, Total Wine really does have everything. I found a great Prosecco for under $8, your favorite Cabernet, and Ruthie.
Ruthie?
Hi, that's me. What can I help with? Oh, thanks for recommending that amazing French rosé. And I can't believe it was under $7.
I know, right? You can't beat that price.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Let's grab some more. So glad we found Ruthie.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, be 21.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 biggie bundles let you create your own delicious combo. Choose from a sausage biscuit, egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, and a medium hot coffee. But it's obvious which combo's the best. Sausage biscuit and small seasoned potatoes. Well, maybe it's the fresh cracked egg and cheese biscuit with a medium hot coffee. Or 2 savory sausage biscuits. Whichever you pick, you can't go wrong. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 biggie bundles.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM. AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The sports animal. Proud to be a Cumulus media station.
Even if they're not that proud of us.
Now betting for the sports animal. Your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Amory Castillo. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Mike's up.
What is this, Amory? What are we doing here?
Miami Vice. Bumper music you guys have selected says playing for keeps.
I like that. That's the only way I play. I play for keeps.
Sounds like a montage from an 80s movie.
For sure. This is the music that played in the background when the teacher who took a job in the urban community finally gets through to the kid, and the glorious music plays in the background, and he's like, you see him like doing time lapse, and he's like he's doing homework, and he's turning into homework, and it's coming back with the A on it, and it shows him hitting the 3-pointer at the buzzer, and he points at the teacher. This is the music that's in the background.
He's also under a shade tree studying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he's like at his home, and the dog's barking, and the pot's boiling over on the stove, but he's just at the dinner table with his head in a book.
I would totally see that movie.
The cheerleader who wouldn't have nothing to do with him at the beginning of the school year is now like rubbing his back as he does homework and like giving him her juice box.
Love it.
I literally meant a juice box.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And also like something, a grave of like a dead pet or something. And you're like, oh, it's emotional too.
That his father, who's been estranged for years, finally comes back into the picture because he heard how good his kid's doing. He's trying to get back in, and they finally mend their relationship.
But it turns out that was all just a facade as well. And
because he wants his NIL money.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And during the montage,
he's got a great investment opportunity.
And then the teacher from friend of the show, Chris Walker, that's called Teen Wolf. It's the movie. It's the movie Teen Wolf.
Oh, that
is what
already
you're
exists.
describing.
Oh, dang.
Whoopsie.
I get to be Styles.
I used to do a bit on the program. This is the St. Louis show for years, where I would describe very loosely plot lines to movies, like my own personal stories, and like you would people eventually be like, "Are you talking about Look Who's Talking?"
Fred, quit doing Goodwill Hunting.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
doing
right.
Goodwill Hunting again.
Yeah.
You've never been a janitor, and you're awful at math. Stop doing that.
What do you mean
the
you were
Boston
Yes,
accent?
I
flying a
love apples.
The
private
Boston
jet?
accent
You're
gave
not
it
Top
away.
Gun.
Quit asking me about apples.
No, your name's not Chance. You're not a talking dog. You don't know that. It's not. Big NFL weekend this past week, and it was a good one in a lot of ways, unless you're Justin Fields.
Oh man, I put money on the Bears.
Why? Did you didn't send me your losses? I'm keeping the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I'll send you a couple other losses, but it was free parlay money because I put $80 on red and it hit, and then I got to gamble with that.
I need to explain to you how
There you go.
economics work.
Okay.
Because it's not free.
Yep.
It was money I didn't have before, so
And don't have now.
Yeah, but I broke even, and that's the goal every Sunday.
Well, you found a loss. I mean, you were up $80 from the story you told me moments ago.
Yeah, but I was going to gamble that $80 anyways.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
It's like when you're at the casino, you don't win the money until you leave with it.
Yes. Still their money. It's in their currency that they made up.
Yeah,
You
gamble with the casino's money.
Can't go get an Allsup's burrito with Sandia poker chips. I promise you, I've tried.
Well, in most Allsup's parking lots, you can trade them for 50 cents on the dollar and then buy a burrito.
Exactly. Yeah. Double up this money on your EBT.
It's not the worst deal in the history of deals. Bears looking rough, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy how many blown wide open receivers Justin Fields missed by holding on to that ball for an extra 2 seconds. I mean, that boy looked tired at the end of that game, just running around over and over and over again. But he was playing a good Tampa Bay team.
Oh, Lord.
They were not
You really
good.
said that out loud.
Yeah. Oh, they're good, man. They're good. They are something to mess with, man.
They got some skill position players.
Yeah, and that's
They
the
got some
most
skill.
important part of football.
They got some players on defense as well. Historically, that wide receiver trio is very good.
Against
Rashad White doesn't suck. But again, they were playing the Bears.
Yeah, depleted Bears. He had 317 yards though.
Well, he
and one
didn't beat the
touchdown.
depleted Vikings.
Yeah.
I like those conversations about.
Well,
I like those conversations
different
about
team.
yards and stuff. The only thing that matters is points. Like, they just don't score points. They don't have guys that get into the end zone. They got a quarterback who's afraid all the time.
Yeah, he's the scrambling check down king. I thought it was going to be C.J. Stroud this year.
and he's gonna get hurt.
C.J. Stroud looks better than Justin Fields.
Oh,
so far.
C.J. Stroud
Right
is
now,
going to be
week
the
2.
truth. And he's a way worse wide receiver core.
I told you about the Lions.
Except Nico Collins.
I told you about the Lions. I told every single person about the Lions. I said, don't. And they didn't last night against the Seattle Seahawks. They go over them in overtime. I think there's going to be a lot of this from the Lions, where they're going to keep it close, but they're just not going to be able to do it all season long, especially losing to jokes like Geno Smith.
Wait, Geno Smith is the greatest comeback player ever.
Seattle looked like a completely different team yesterday from last
Totally.
week. I mean, they got it going.
It's because Tyler
Absolutely.
Lockett stretched before the game.
Good point. Much like Flavor Flav, Fred told us not to believe the hype about the Lions, but I'm still in. I still
It's
think they're a
week
good
2.
team,
I also
top
believe.
to bottom.
It's week 2.
They love Coach Campbell. I think they'll be fine.
They got beat by a team whose best wide receiver is a punt returner.
See, the Lions messed
What?
up with the blue masks. Did you see that? CJ,
That's
No.
not real. That's not real.
yeah, that's where they messed up, was with the blue
They had a
masks.
blue reflective glasses, made them not be able to catch the ball or run the ball or get first downs or block or stop their other team from scoring.
No, I think they needed sunglasses.
Oh, they needed better ones.
Yeah, they needed. Yeah, well, they were putting like ski masks on, like blue ski masks.
The Colts learned over the weekend that the answer is not Anthony Richardson. It is, of course,
He won them that
he-
game.
He won him that game, and he top ranked like 7th right now in quarterbacks. He just needs to be careful because he needs to slide. We need to teach that man how to slide.
Well, I mean, if only he had the body of Josh Allen, where he doesn't need
Totally.
to slide.
Yeah,
You know, and just
Flip?
Yeah, exactly.
Belly flop?
The truth is Gardner Minshew. I cannot say this enough.
No.
I cannot say it loud enough.
No.
Gardner's a good
No.
quarterback.
No, I
and
like
should
Gardner
start
Minshew too.
somewhere, but Anthony Richardson, with the talent that he has, is way better of a quarterback than Gardner Minshew.
I know the sideline can talk to the quarterback just through the helmet. That's how they call plays, blah, blah, blah. But I want to see the Colts go back to like old school Pop Warner, where you're running the quarterbacks in and out off the sideline every play. You got one Minshew, you got one Richardson. You're going back and forth. You start running Minshew, you start passing with Richardson.
Well, they're going to have to
could
wait
be
at least
revolutionary.
a week, with Richardson's concussion.
Well, with the way you can just wear any jersey number willy-nilly now, Luke, just put Anthony Richardson in a running back. Call it done.
Fine.
Gardner Minshew, Anthony Richardson in running back. There's your offense.
And I think it's like one of the biggest adult moves of Anthony Richardson's young adult life to say that he doesn't feel right and come off the field and actually let him get checked by medical professionals. Because I know a lot of football players, what it takes to get to that moment is you just suck it down. Whatever's going wrong, you just don't listen to your own body. He did listen to his own body. Something was off, and he self-reported a concussion.
Good point.
When's the last time that's happened? Never in the history of the NFL?
Yeah, but after last season, I think it's going to be a more prominent thing. We're not going to see Tua throwing up gang signs ever again.
Yeah, you can't call it a back injury.
I want to spend more time on it, but we're up against it because of the short schedule today moving forward. I think the Chiefs are who we thought they were. They are not good. They only put up 17 against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jaguar.
The Jaguars.
Jaguar.
Patrick Mahomes threw for over 300, but the team cannot finish. They refuse to get in the end zone. They're fortunate to have Travis Kelce only caught 4 balls. Kadarius Toney is a joke. He needs to be cut. He was the best wide receiver in the NFL last year. This year, he's terrible.
The Chiefs are who I thought they were, and that they're still good. They're in a slugfest.
Did you say
with
Kadarius
Jacksonville.
Toney was the best wide receiver in the league last year?
He won a Super Bowl for
When
the
it mattered-
Kansas City
when it
Chiefs. I
mattered,
watched
the-
it.
And he was the best Super Bowl wide receiver because of that
It's-
corn dog play.
I watched it happen. He was the best one. He's the reason they won the game. I was there.
The Chiefs are going to be fine. Patrick Mahomes is him. They might lose some close ones throughout the year. It's friggin' professional football, but they're still the cream of the NFL.
I cannot believe that soon to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL after his contract expires this season, Jordan Love, caught an L against the Atlanta Falcons this past yesterday as they were in control going into the fourth and whizzed it away like the back sticker on a Ford pickup truck featuring Calvin and Hobbs over a Chevy logo.
Luke, I know this place got the air sucked out of it because this is a Packer bar. I mean, everyone's welcome here, but by default, Howies is a Packer bar. What was the scene in the fourth quarter yesterday?
Were crimes committed?
Crimes were not committed, but it was definitely, like you said, the air went out of this place about 5 minutes left in that game.
They'll get Christian Watson and Aaron Jones back, and they'll be all right.
I think that was the difference, Amory. Thank you for your reasonable and logical take there.
Well, A.J.
But-
Dillon just trips over the ball every time he runs.
Well, he's still
That's bad.
Yeah, but you need Aaron Jones and Christian Watson. It'll relieve some pressure off Jordan Love, but he still looks good.
Well, we still got to see if
Atlanta's
Christian
offense
Watson's
is good.
even good.
That's what I'm saying. But we'll see. They're hurt.
That game did beg the question of, did Atlanta win it or did Green Bay lose it?
Green Bay lost it.
Green Bay lost.
I would lean towards Green Bay lost.
Bijan Robinson, pretty good, boys. He can get out there and go. Again, faces a little bit of trouble at the goal line. But I guess I get it. I mean, if you're going to let Desmond Ridder kind of play the way that he wants to play quarterback, which is rushing it. Did he rush it 10 times? Probably did. I would assume he did.
Rushes and scrambles together, I guarantee it.
Yeah, he's
take a break.
He's got a special, unique talent. We got to get one before we finish this one. And we're going to take
let's
that
wrap
one.
this. Put a bow on this one.
Okay.
As a Packers fan and someone who watched the second half of that game, Jordan Love still looks like an NFL quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
He looks good.
He looks good.
3 tutties.
Three
He looks
tutties.
good.
He wasn't making bad
On
decisions.
150 yards.
Wasn't
He's good.
forcing it. They couldn't get it done when it mattered the most.
He
looks like an NFL quarterback.
He'll be the highest paid NFL quarterback next season after he declares for free agency. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. He's that good.
I love those vibes.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. We love Jordan Love, the sports animal.
This report is sponsored
There, you got 4 minutes.
Cool.
Age. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Fall finds for $25 and under, like sharp blazers, cozy sweaters, cargo pants, jackets, and more. Find the latest trends and new arrivals at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Traffic moving slow in a number of spots right now. We've also got rain falling in many parts of the city right now, so be careful out there. Traffic moving slow northbound I-25 in a couple of different spots. The first between the Sunport and Lomas. Then again, starting around the interchange and lasting until San Mateo. Watch yourself going through there. Southbound on I-25 right now, you're going to see congestion between Osuna and Comanche. Also dealing with more and more slowdowns right now westbound on I-40 as you approach Carlisle. That's going to last until Coors. Eastbound on I-40 dealing with slowdowns as you approach the interchange. And westbound on Paseo right now from Jefferson to Coors. Traffic moving slow there also.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
During Ram Power Days at Malloy Ram in Los Lunas, save over $7,000 on a new 2023 Ram 1500. When you think Ram, think Malloy Ram in Los Lunas. MalloyRam.com.
OACC dealer for details. If you see an accident, call the Truck Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, proudly providing New Mexicans with quality furniture and service for over 87 years. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Celebrate Cherry Fridays with the Sports Animal. Every Friday before a home game, we're down Cherry. Join the Sports Animal for a t-shirt raid in the parking lot of one Albertsons somewhere in the city. Get your Lobo gear and home game tickets while supplies last. Join us from Albertsons off Academy and Tramway at 8 a.m. this Friday morning. Get there quick and help us paint the town cherry. From 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. So minivans, sedans, JDMs, roll out. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. And with eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're here so you can get a bigger boat. How so? We're the one-stop shop for metal, which means you can get any metal, cut to any size, ready real fast. Saving you valuable time to convince your other half why a twin-engine center console makes sense for you and your entire family. Happy fishing, soldier. Metal Supermarkets. Order online at metalsupermarkets.com.
No one wants legal problems, but somehow, some way, they seem to find you. Where do you turn when you need help? For more than 40 years, Rudy Chavez has had the people of New Mexico's back. If you're facing a legal issue, you want to have Rudy's experience and compassion in your corner. Call the law offices of Rudy Chavez at 505-242-5500. That's 505-242-5500, or visit rudychavezlaw.com. Contact Rudy today and make your legal problems.
You have 1 more minute.
Zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My check engine light's on?
That could hurt your gas mileage. The AutoZone free Fix Finder service can help find the fix for free.
This whole report for free?
That's right. Printed and on your phone for free.
But what if the fix is too tough?
We'll recommend a local shop. Fix Finder, only at AutoZone. AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Klein tools are new at Lowe's, pros. Lowe's knows you want top brands and quality products, and Klein Tools delivers. Right now, get the Klein 3-piece Modbox mobile workstation for $319.94 and the Klein 5-piece cushion grip screwdriver set.
505-246-0610. Call the Howies.
You guys will have 7 minutes.
Okay.
Because Lowe's knows tools. Lowe's knows pros.
Don't miss the opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 on 95.9 FM and
What? Your mic is hot.
Sports Animal.
We're back at Howie Sports Page, and the New York Bills are back.
Yes, sir. Woo! What a game.
I mean, fortunately for them, they got to play the Raiders.
Yeah,
So-
honestly, I was scared with their first drive because they went down the field in 3 plays, 75 yards. Devontae Adams was a beast, but then Josh Allen
Luke
decided to show up. again.
Marquith joining us from Howies Sports Page. Help me out, Luke. Did we break down individual drives on this program? Is that what we do, or do we talk about the emotion that surrounds the event? Is that what we do?
Little of column A, little of column B.
No one cares about a joke drive from the Buffalo Bills of New York State.
Wasn't us.
They're back against the worst team in football, the Las Vegas Raiders. Titans over Chargers. It's over for Justin Herbert. If I was the Chargers, I would send him. I'd send him out to pasture.
Fred, it's week 2.
It needs to
The
be over
Chargers
for
should
Staley.
be. The Chargers should be nervous.
It
though.
needs to be
It
over
is-
for Staley.
it is
not
over for
Justin.
Staley.
Yeah,
It
not
should have
for
been over
Herbert.
2 years ago for Staley.
Correct.
Well, yeah.
Correct. He should not be a head coach.
How he survived that playoff loss last year, I do not know.
Trade Justin Herbert to the New York Jets.
No. What?
Get rid of him.
The Chargers also looked a little lost without Austin Eckler out there.
Staley last year should have pulled the old Urban Meyer and just left the team go and stayed there and gone to a gentleman's club and never returned to the Chargers because
Ed McCaffrey Jr. and his San Francisco 49ers over the lowly Los Angeles Rams, who made everyone think they might still be a football team last week, but as it turns out, that was all pretend.
the Rams
Why
still
did-
look a lot better than people expected.
Why did they kick a field goal at the end?
Because Sean
'Cause the
McVay
spread
has
money.
friends in
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah, I was like,
That
what
was
happened
100%
here? I was
the spread.
10 seconds left. They kicked the field goal.
Well, you know,
I was like,
they can
okay.
play for the
Little
onside
backdoor
kick.
cover.
Yeah, they just got to recover it, and then it'll be a Hail Mary from there.
The McVay family had a plus 7.5.
Yeah. Also,
Oh, man.
Also, the McVay family
6.5.
allegedly pro Pfizer. The
Complete thorough
Giants.
investigation.
The Giants over the Cardinals, and the one of these teams had to win bowl. We go right past it. The best team in the NFL.
No, you
is-
passed a really important part of the Cardinals
Oh, yeah?
Giants
What
game.
was that?
Saquon Barkley's out for 3 weeks. That's terrible.
The
For the
Giants,
Giants
but
and
not
for fantasy
unexpected.
owners and for bettors and for that's it.
I think if Brian Dable continues to do play calling on the offense, they're going to be just fine.
Also, if you were a loser out there hoping that the Giants would win your preseason Super Bowl bet for them, you got a lot of other problems besides Saquon Barkley. The Dallas Cowboys
Well,
are the,
your fantasy football team might be infected.
the
I think
Dallas
that's very
Cowboys
important.
are no one cares about that. Your Dallas Cowboys are the
Yes,
best.
they do.
They're the best football team in the NFL, and they will go to the Super Bowl and win it.
The Cowboys are peaking at the wrong time.
this is, I mean, you said it just right, Jay.
Okay.
This happens
So-
every year. A couple cream puffs at the beginning of their schedule.
Yeah, a couple
You
creamy
hear
boys.
you hear the chants
Zach
of
Wilson.
you hear the chants of "We Dim Boys."
Yeah, a couple
Just
puffy
It's
boys.
wait
getting
for Dak to
really
play
loud.
against the Eagles defense.
Yeah, or a competent team.
or Aaron Rodgers. You think it would have been different if A-Rod was in the game?
They're too incredibly good. They
Yeah.
cannot be beat. They will go
That's a
undefeated.
joke.
They will win the Super Bowl, and everyone will be dim boys. That's how I see it with the Dallas Cowboys. The Miami Dolphins and their quarterback have beat Bill Belichick again. Why do I say it like that? Because no one has beat Bill Belichick at the pace that Tua has beaten Bill Belichick. He is now 5-0 as the Miami Dolphins, in a fun little lateral at the end of the game, beat the New England Patriots. And the Bill Belichick dynasty is over. He won't even win 300 games in his career, which, by the way, is pretty good. He won't get there because he only needs 2 more wins. He will be fired before the end of the season. The Patriots will go winless this year and be the only team to ever go
Oh, my
undefeated
God.
and winless in a franchise history.
Well,
These are the most week 2 takes I've ever heard, Fred Slow.
Well, the thing with the Patriots is Mac Jones doesn't work with 1949 Navy's playbook.
You're not wrong.
Okay,
You're not wrong.
He's literally Bill Belichick pulls out a dusty book every week, blows the dust off.
Not on
and then-
special teams.
3 yards in a cloud of dust.
That's so funny.
They're going to change the special teams rules, right? Immediately.
Yeah, that was impressive. I'd never seen that before, but that was a page out of the Arena Football League or
Yes.
something.
The run sideways, one sideways, one sideways, go.
He got the snap count down. You know how much film you got to watch to get their snap count down
Well,
on
I mean,
special
at
teams?
that
And he
point
had the
when-
guy practice. That's not like just like he didn't walk up to him right before the play and he's like, "Hey, I want you to run like a maniac right towards the end of the line and then cut in." That was practice.
Well,
you
he wasn't watching the snapper.
Yeah, you just cut when they move, but the guy coming out of 3-point stance had no chance. I mean,
No.
he blew around him.
Well, and Bill Belichick was like, because the way he knows the game, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna tell you about Steve Gleason for the New Orleans Saints who blocked the punt in 2006, and you're like, I'm inspired, Coach. Like, okay, they won the Super Bowl. Let's go. But it's all going to change for the NFL. They're going to say you can't get a running start. They're going to end up doing because they're going to ruin all the fun stuff.
They should eliminate motioning altogether. I'm anti-motion.
I like that emotion.
Yeah, I'm anti-motion. Get that out of here. I don't want to see that in the NFL. That's why Tyreek is doing so good, is because he's a track athlete and can run the ball. By the time the ball is thrown to him, he's already at 15 miles an hour, and all the cornerbacks are catching up to him because they got to stay still.
The first of 2 Monday Night Football games has started. The Saints and the Panthers. Who do you boys got in the first one tonight?
Saints -1.5. I bought a point and a half.
You bought it.
Yeah.
I got the Saints. I think they're better top to bottom. Bryce Young looks like a real NFL quarterback, but he ain't going to be yet. I got the Saints pretty easy.
Bryce Young is going to be out of the league in 5 years.
Luke?
Yeah, I think the Saints defense is underrated. I think they're going to pull it off, and Derek Carr's still got a little bit of magic left.
Hey, Marie.
Well, this isn't fun radio, but we're all agreeing.
We are not, because the New Orleans Saints led Taysom
here
Hill
we go.
and his talent are going to put the boys in black over the cowardly Carolina whatevers. Give me Taysom Hill and any spread you want because he's basically Superman. Game 2 tonight is going to be just as fun. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I never root for either of these teams, but I always root against the Browns. Go ahead and give me the Steelers, and I just want them to put it on them boys. Also, high fives around this place if Deshaun Watson gets his.
And I don't think Amari Cooper's playing tonight.
He is. He's healthy.
He's healthy. I'm more worried about the injuries with the Steelers.
Yeah, I also took the Browns at -1.5. Bought half a point on that one.
The reasonable human inside of me can't logically root for Deshaun Watson.
Nope. He's a good quarterback.
But I have to make the pick that
person.
the Browns top to bottom are better than the Steelers top to bottom.
Howie's
and they'll edge them out.
Howie Sports Page tonight.
Not in the way Deshaun wants.
Come and hang out with us as we're giving away halftime raffles, free glizzies, lots of fun, drinks, and fellowship. Luke, anything we missed?
Just come on down to Howies. I think you summed it up pretty well.
Van, final words?
Get your Monday Night Football recap tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff and JJ.
Jake, anything you want to say to your mom? Hey, Marie, we'll see you at Howie's in a little bit.
No, but I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Good job, everyone. GG.
See you tomorrow at the Duke store, Burke.